The Viktor Gyökeres case is finally over at Arsenal. Pay 63, €5 million with 10 million surcharge. To take Swedish striker about misses you're on your way Singapore and will be officially announced soon. Gyökeres was waiting for Arsenal. Do everything to get out. Now the two can celebrate. After so many years, Arteta also has her some 9 reel for the championship race, the shocking Anastas when filming the 89th minute of David Hancko. I thought everything was done. This guy even flew to his shirt. Joined the new team. He was forced to wait at the hotel and not put in a concentration camp. Nassr then suddenly announced to cancel everything. It turns out that rich people can also be side bombs. Phoenix angrily criticized that. There's never been a case so absurd and so disrespectful. Van trainer Percy confirmed he would welcome Hancko back into the squad. With the 27-year-old, this case is obviously going to hurt a lot. Officially, Francesco Canisa SAO is already at Juventus. After the boom season on loan, Chico bought by Jew from Porto for €34 million. He signed a contract until 2030 and continues to be a point of inspiration on the Bayern Canary. Congratulations to Canisa and Juventus. But Jadon Sancho, he also began to worry about his future. I thought I was leaving Manchester United. Juventus suddenly postponed negotiations after finishing the SEO girl case. They've had a funding problem and will need to sell off Nico Gonzalez or Wyatt before the new procession. Sancho is still being pushed out of private practice after 5 p.m. It's not in Coach Amori's plans. I have to count every day for Juventus. Liverpool have started talking directly with Rodrigo's representatives. Real Madrid ready to sell at a reasonable price. Range above and below €100 million Rodrigo's salary of €10 million a year. It also makes many teams nervous. Liverpool are very serious about this deal, especially if Luis Diaz moves to Bayern. There's another bomb waiting to explode at Anfield. Real Madrid are cleaning up. They're trying to sell Alaba as soon as possible. He was expected to replace Sergio Ramos. Alaba now becomes a burden for Real, both on and off the field. Defender, shirt up to 22 and €5 million. Won your third most at Real after Mbappe and Vinicius. But over the past year, he wrestled with the injury and just started. Exactly 5 games last season. Real Madrid are waiting for offers to buy Alaba. You can also borrow if you don't sell. This summer day, rookie Christian Musquera. He flew to Singapore to join forces. Arsenal on their Asian tour. The deal has not yet been signed by the club. Official announcement, the two sides reached an agreement before. And a 21-year-old defender. He also said goodbye to Valencia. Musquera will have a medical examination in Singapore and most likely. It was published at the same time as Jeffrey Castro. This duo, he will have a chance to make his debut against Newcastle. And next Sunday, Alexander Isak is asking for a salary of up to $300,000 a week's table to renew with Newcastle. In the midst of rumors that Anilan is pursuing Gao, the Swedish striker has a contract until 2028, but want to be rewarded. After an impressive season in the Premier League, the previous coach, Eddie Howe, admits to Isak out of friendly against Celtic, influenced by transfer speculation. The representative Isak also confirmed that he is considering all options, and you can lock your future in the transfer window. This summer, Michael Raphael is ready. Completed a 1-season loan to Barcelona. However, if Barca does not activate the buyout clause, they will have to pay Man United a fine of about €5 million in the same case. Jadon Sancho was injured by Chelsea. Back to last season. After completing the medical examination, Radford will go to Asia. He can make his debut against Vincent Kobe on the next Sunday. President Evangelos Marinakis Nottingham wants Morgan Gibbs' White Man City instead. He moved to Tottenham this summer. Spur has activated the release clause, £60 million, but the deal stalled. After Forest accused them of unauthorized access, Marinakis said that Tottenham not enough stature and hope Man City will jump in. However, Pep Guardiola's side find it difficult to add a midfielder. After recruiting Jack Grealish, Red Devils and Nipin Keep White is currently absent from the tour in Portugal for personal reasons, but it's expected to join forces soon. Juan Iglesias has left Brandon's training camp in Portugal to return to London. In the context of being associated with many teams in Premier League, Congolese striker to meet sports director Fergie to talk about the future. Newcastle are preparing to submit an offer of over £30 million, while Brentford planned Wilfried Zaha price at about $50 million. Southern Sky also closely monitor the situation of Brandon. They're considering a new contract when the current contract expires in the summer 2026. If West Ham leave from Celtic instead, Chelsea and Benfica, he is close to signing João Felix. The Portuguese team will pay €20 million. Give 50% ownership of this striker. Chelsea have asked Benfica to commit to buying the club, the remaining 50% over the next few years, to ensure they recover the majority of the initial 50 €2 million investment. Felix also agreed to a pay cut to return to Benfica. Chelsea has no plans, holding you back and moving the deal forward. Quick completion in this summer. Granit Xhaka is set to return to the Premier League. I made a personal agreement with Sunderland and desire to leave Bayern Leverkusen. Right this summer, he turned down a series of offers from the Series A in the Saudi Pro League to prioritize returning to the UK. However, coach Erik ten had confirmed Leverkusen, I don't want to sell more players. After breaking up many pillars, the two clubs are continuing talks while Saka, with the team in Brazil. And wait for a nod from the board. Ronaldo was rejected again. Wolf has just signed Jorginho from Fluminense to replace Matheus Cunha. However, the deal almost collapsed when Cristiano Ronaldo trying to convince Arias to move to Ancelotti, according to revelations from Colombia. Ronaldo personally called Arias to invite to Saudi Arabia. However, the 27-year-old rejected the offer to pursue the dream of playing in the Premier League. Everton have joined a race to sign left-back Adam Azu from Bayern Munich to replace General Ashley Young. They just broke up the team. The 19-year-old Moroccan, it is also used by Getafe and Real Betis. Follow-up, Bayern have no intention of loaning out but want to sell off Arsenic. You no longer believe in your future. Allianz Arena, the contract between Arsenal and Bayern is valid until 2027. Both are ready to break up this summer. Meanwhile, David Moyes now has only Mikolenko, is the only option on the left, and is pushing the addition of Forces Barcelona. Turned down an offer to sign Denzel Dumfries, proposed by his agent Jorge Mendes. Even the Inter defender has a contract. Release only €25 million by the end of July. Instead of pursuing Dumfries' team, Orange-Brown Stadium owner focused renewal with June Cohen residual. This guy is being watched by Man City. Barcelona, he will continue to be in the right-back position and want to keep you long. If there are no surprises, they're not going back to the Dumfries deal. In this summer, Athletic Madrid are close to signing Dusan Tadic in free form. The Serbian throne has just left Fenerbahce. After the maturity of the contract, he reached a verbal agreement to move to La Liga. For the first time in my career, this was a surprise when Tadic was 36. The experience of playing in the Netherlands and Turkey that makes you a good choice. For Atletico, Diego Simone has signed a short-term contract. Will increase the depth of attack for the upcoming season. Atletico Madrid have reached an agreement with Osasuna to recruit the right defender, Jesus Arizo, but he was eventually sold to Atletico Bilbao. Osasuna suddenly flipped the rafters, ignore the deal with Atletico, and let Arcelo leave under the terms of release contract. Osasuna's handling made Atletico angry. Because I feel despised. Coach Diego Simone is now only Nainggolan. He is the only right back in the squad. You'll have to keep looking for a solution. Replies in this summer transfer window that Bayern Munich have decided to stop pursuing the striker. Nick Wintermuth of Stuttgart after being rejected twice. With the highest price is €55 million. Stuttgart even sent an email asking Bayern stop all contact with the player of the club. The ministry said it would only negotiate if it received an offer from €65 million. This is not the first time back. Bayern missed goals in the summer after Nico William Florian Viet. There is Rafael Leo, although officially withdrew. Bayern leader not excluded. The possibility of a return to negotiations if Stuttgart lowers the price. At the end of the transfer window, Giovanni Reina has agreed to personal terms to move to Puma. Dortmund have not accepted the €6 million offer. From the Italian team, the German club thinks this price is too low. They want to negotiate a better deal. The two sides are continuing to negotiate to close the deal this summer. Reina gets Dortmund green light to leave after a long-time decline in performance. It's no longer in the plan. American midfielder, I hope to find my career again. Italy in the World Cup competition.